Hey, what is good? Welcome to today's video. As you can see, the KONKR Pocket Fit has finally landed. I am very excited to check this thing out. And I will say this took roughly 16 days to arrive, and there was no tracking information for the first like 10 days. It wasn't until like the last 5-6 days when it arrived in the UK did I start to see any information. So yeah, that's just a heads up for anyone wondering why there doesn't seem to be any movement. It's probably because you're just waiting until it enters your country. So first impressions, this is a chunky boy. I'm not gonna lie, this thing feels very weighted, and it is a bit bigger than I was expecting, but the ergonomics on this thing feel absolutely fantastic. The buttons all feel very well built and very premium feeling. Even the sticks here, which I was expecting them to be very uncomfortable because they are quite small, they feel absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there is no issues so far when it comes to comfortability and the controls and everything. Everything gets top marks there. But there is an issue with my device. I don't know how well I'll be able to pick it up on camera, but as you can see here, there is like this kind of like scuffing, this marking. Now, when I first opened it up, I did notice it, but I thought it was just because of like condensation. The weather in the UK is very cold, and the package come quite cold as well. And just holding this, it did feel like there was a bit of like condensation. And yeah, I just put it down to that. It wasn't until I kind of checked the back again a little bit later did I realize that this is not coming off. And maybe it was like a bit of residue, so I just kind of wet it a little bit and just rubbed it, and yeah, nothing. This is like a permanent kind of like marking or smudge with the device, which is a bit annoying. I'm not going to lie. This is an expensive handheld. I think it was like £310 before shipping and the case. So yeah, for that to happen, it is annoying. I'm not going to lie. Now, I have reached out to Aoneo. I'm waiting to hear back from a reply, so I'll keep you updated as time goes on. But the overall impressions of the device, it is super comfortable. It feels fantastic in hand. Everything, the analog sticks, the triggers, D-pad, everything just feels absolutely amazing. So one of the main issues a lot of people had when it comes to the decision of purchasing this device was the LCD display. Now, I myself am somebody who uses an OLED display with the Retro Pocket 5 for the past 10 to 11 months, and knowing that this only had an LCD, I was very worried. Now, it isn't until I took out of the box and started kind of messing with it and playing some games did I realize just how close this is to an OLED display. And I'm not going to do a side-by-side comparison because it never truly gives you that understanding of just how good it is. This thing just speaks for itself. I'm going to start up a game here just to show you KONKR Bridge of Spirits. This is running 1280 by 720. And yeah, I thought the greens were going to be as vivid and sharp, but this just is just completely insane. I've never known an LCD to be this good. And yeah, I can understand why they kept it to this. Probably it was a lot cheaper for them. And yeah, you're really not losing out. I mean, the blacks are quite deep, and just the colors are very strong and vivid. And I wish this camera could do it justice, but this thing is just absolutely beautiful, and I do not miss the OLED display, which I really didn't think is something I was going to say. But just traveling around here, again, this is probably like a good representation for the graphics, because this is quite a colorful bright, vibrant game with all the foliage in the background, and yeah, it just looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on the screen, maybe doing some comparisons here, but yeah, this is what you can't expect out of the box. It just looks absolutely beautiful, and yeah, all my doubts are pretty much gone, because yeah, playing this is just a ton of fun, and we're not losing out on the quality of the display. So the last thing to check out here is the speakers, and these things sound incredible, very deep and fulfilling. And what better way to test the speakers than to play Halo Combat Evolved, where we got a lot of firing and action going on here. So let's just jump on in and check out the speakers.
Those Marines could use some help. Do what you do best.
So hopefully that's a good representation of the speakers there. Obviously on a recording, it's never truly as good as it is in person, but they do sound absolutely beautiful, and they really do kind of pack a punch, especially when you were kind of all gun blazing, firing away there. There's stuff going on in the background. It really, really is impressive. So to wrap things up, what do I feel, what do I think about this handheld? Well, I truly think it is incredible. For the prices that they are offering, especially if you bought into this at the super early bird pricing, then I think you are going to be more than happy with your device. And I know the shipping has been delayed for a lot of people, myself included. It seems to be pushed back and orders are coming out slow, but I can definitely say once you get this in hand, you will be impressed. I mean, for the price, performance, everything, this is kind of packaged up in a perfect little bundle. And the only downside for me, I would say, is that it is kind of a heavier device than I would like, and it is a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but I think everything else, when it comes to the quality of the controls, the ergonomics, it just all kind of bundles into a perfect little handheld. And yeah, I can't wait to show you more videos on this. A lot more testing to be done. Super excited. So as always, thank you so much for watching. It really does help out the channel if you could like and subscribe. Keep up to date with the videos. Hopefully I'll get to see a response from AONEO themselves about this issue here with the back. Hopefully they'll just replace the back plate. But yeah, other than that, it is a fantastic handheld, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. The only issue though is the shipping, but yeah, if you are somebody who pre-ordered this in the Indiegogo campaign, just sit tight and just hold on there. Hopefully it will come soon enough. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.